Mereak Firmaxe presents Muthzaks and Friends Adventures in Moria. Don't forget to hit like and subscribe below. Episode 27, Restoring Moria Part 1.
Got it. I saw that you were live streaming when I got
Well, I
in.
didn't know if she
Right.
was going to show up, and if she did, then I was going
You
to...
just wanted her to be able to grab the screen.
Yeah, but I figured I stopped that because, well, she's probably not going to show.
I forgot to mention, I did send her a DM. She did say that she lost track of time, but she still wasn't feeling well, so she was just going to sit this one out.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah.
I just had a funny thought. We should all starve, like, together at the same time and just die and then take a screenshot and send it to her and be like, this is what happens without you.
We absolutely should do that.
Do you see he's been at the server thing for 16 hours?
Oh, Jesus.
I've been at this for 16 hours today, so I'm done. I'll be back next week. I'm like, okay, man, it's all good.
Yeah, take a break, man.
And I don't... When I was younger, I used to do shit like that, but
Yeah.
I work normally 9-10 hours a day. That's fine. Little less if I have to commute. I'll work closer to 9 than 10.
Alright.
But 16 hours? No, I don't do that shit anymore. Yeah.
So we had a brief but interesting discussion in one of the Discord channels today. I don't remember. I think that was spoiler chat. Tûmturg that streams with us, it's usually here, asked about the proper orientation needed when you place the bellows.
I saw that.
So that inspired me to, because that's the kind of shit that I think about all the time when I'm building. Like, it's really easy to just throw something in a corner, like especially like the bellows or the spinning wheel or the gem cutter, like stuff that you don't actually interact with, and then forget about it. But I mean, they put it in the game because it's supposed to serve a function, and they designed it to look like it actually works. So how should I set this up? That's how my brain works when I'm building. So that inspired me to make a video, which I made like a little smithy area, which I posted in the content creator channel today. But
Oh, cool. I haven't gotten a chance to look at any of that yet.
I was expecting it to be like a 5-minute video, and of course I got carried away, and it's like a 22-minute video or something like that. But it's I did it in the Elven workshop area, one of those great big open Elven rooms in Sandbox with the big pillars.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
And I did it on one of the platforms, one of those like marble-looking dais things. And I used the large columns, and then I used the arched ceiling pieces, and it turned out pretty good.
Cool.
For being quick. I know that a lot of people, and I think you're one of them, Mereak, like plans your builds out. Like some people go as far as putting them on paper and then before they build them, but I don't ever do any of that. I just kind of like fly by the seat of my pants all the time and build on the fly.
Well, when I was replicating all the old models,
Yeah, that makes sense.
I did a lot more paper. When I do mine, I'll do a sketch, and that's it.
Okay.
Right.
Another
Are you
horde.
exhausted, Mereak?
I'm
Are you
here.
exhausted, Axbeard?
Yep.
Let's fight the orcs exhausted.
Well, I'm not exhausted yet. I'm tired, but I have 1 bar of stamina. This is where the halberd comes in handy. Even if I can't charge it, I can still hit 2 or 3 at a time if I get close enough. I think it's been a couple weeks now, but Guy posted a screenshot in the Discord. He had joined somebody's world to help them, and they had a massive horde that seemed to last quite a while, and one of them was using the shield wall. They were standing in a tight doorway, and one of them was using the shield wall to defend, and the other one was using the crossbow to snipe, or maybe they were using the spear to stab people over the shield wall, but it looked like a pretty good time.
I'm full. I gotta go back.
Same.
I'll be back.
I won't.
Oh, you gotta sleep?
No, I'm just. Actually, that's a good idea. Like, getting some rest so that I'm not still exhausted. We could also cook food up, though.
Oh, we're not doing the starving thing?
Oh, yeah, we need to do the starving thing.
I say, okay, so let's go back and rest and not eat, and then we'll all starve together at the same time.
Glutton for punishment, this guy over here, I'm telling you.
I just want to send that screenshot to Sleepy.
See what happens when you're sick? All the crap piles up.
This is what happens with no den mother. Mysterious empty spot in my inventory. I'm not sure what it's supposed to be. Oh well, we'll figure it out when it becomes important.
A cabbage.
Never a cabbage. I don't carry cabbage. Not anymore. Not anymore. I used to carry a full row of food. I carried meat, cranberries, Sunions, mushrooms, and cabbage.
I always just used to carry Sunions, cranberries, and mushrooms.
That medley skewers.
Yep,
No,
and just
stuffed mushrooms.
yeah, I think the stuffed mushrooms, so that I could and I just have the stuff for a hearth, and then I'd always set that up and make that.
Yep. I think I carried all the stuff I did because I was making meat stew. I think that was the meal I was making.
Bangers and mash.
I'm ready to sleep and you guys are.
I'm running. I just got done. I'm gonna run up there and
Let me find something small to stick in my mouth so that I can actually sleep, because I'm already starving. There we go. Okay. Stuck on the table.
I don't know if you were on, Expert, when I mentioned my wife and I just got done with a 3-hour session. She's getting better.
Yeah?
Yeah.
I was not on for that when you mentioned that. That's good.
Yeah.
Now I'm still jealous.
Me too. I wish I could get my wife to play games like this.
Oh, no food? Okay. Let's do some roast fruit.
No, starve.
I don't want to starve.
We have to send Nolia a picture.
Okay.
What's everybody's food level at right now?
0.
Zero.
Right, perfect. That's where I'm at too. Going back to forward troll. Oh no, there was another map zone somewhere, wasn't there?
I dropped one right next to where we were.
Oh, right. Yeah.
Pick up forward troll. You're one room away and just come on in.
You got it, Eiwyll.
I'll grab it. Black diamond's tasty.
No, you're not supposed to eat.
But I'm starving.
No, why am I doing it from up top?
We gotta make sure we don't die to orcs, or this whole thing is going to be for naught.
Right, right.
So what did you want to do? All die next to each other or something?
Yeah, just
From
keep an eye on
starvation.
your health once you start to starve, and then we'll all group up and die in the same spot, and then we'll take a screenshot.
Okay.
Do it like while mining, on top of ore or something like that. So it's
Right.
like very
So it
obvious.
looks natural.
Yeah.
Quick, hack natural.
Die naturally? Is that what you're saying?
You're right.
I don't
They
know.
all
Just
died-
fly casual.
They all died peacefully. Oh, in their sleep? No, while mining.
There are worse ways to go for a dwarf.
For sure.
Did you say ore? Sure.
Yep. Yep. No, I said for sure, but I'll run with the pun.
Oh, I should remove the food from my hotbar too.
Good idea. Take my 6 lumba spread out of there.
In fact, the last thing we did tonight, I showed her. We made it to the mines, and I set up Lonnie's camp, and then she's like, "What is this ink thing? This ink thing for?" And I'm like, "Oh, it'll color your stuff." So she colored her armor. She thought that was neat. And we enchanted her weapon, and she thought that was neat.
Heck yeah. I see it, I will, but you're gonna have to get it. Also,
Okay, where is it? It keeps hiding.
what is the call out button? I thought it was Q. It's not Q.
Something like that.
I got rid of that.
Got it.
Oh, there it is.
I never
You got rid of-
understood the purpose of the call out button.
that you can point at pieces of ore that people left in the air.
Right. You can shame people's or mining habits. Or you just, it brings up a cursor and you point it at whatever you want to call out to somebody else, and then click on it, and then anybody can see what you called out to.
Actually, the thing that I use it for more, and the only reason I really have it on my controller is if you're looking at ore and you can't see it clearly, and you tag the ore, you'll be able to tell what type of ore it is.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, that's a neat little trick.
Did you just... I must have misparsed what that was, because I thought that was a little thing of flowers.
It was. I hit it by accident.
Oh, okay.
Normally when I clean up a room to build, I do that, and so I just did it by instinct.
On autopilot over there.
Yeah, I was on autopilot, you know.
I get it.
I remember when my daughter was small, I was driving to every once in a blue moon. This happened a couple of times, but supposed to be bringing her to daycare or whatever. And I'm driving, I get on Route 66, which is a big 8-lane each way highway here. And all of a sudden, where are we going, Papa? I'm like, ah! What the hell? She's just reading her book. She's a big bookworm as a kid. Worst things to have happen to your kid.
For sure.
But yeah, I can't tell you that. Like, oh shit, what's going on? Oh, is this one of those quarries?
Looks like.
Oh,
My
if you hit.
stepdad left me at work one time.
Oh
we
no.
We owned a fish market, and I was at the fish market with him. I think I was 10 years old, and so and this was well before cell phones, right? And we lived 20 minutes away from the fish market, way out in the country. And I was back in the back room sketching in my sketchbook, and the employee that was there working the evening shift comes back there and he's like, "What are you doing here?" I'm like, "Just drawing." He goes, "No, like, why didn't you go home with your dad?" And I'm like, I thought he was here. No, he left like 20 minutes ago. So,
oops.
And of course he didn't go straight home, so we had to wait until he got home before we could call him and make him come get me. It's like, way to show me the love.
I couldn't say that I can't see myself doing that by accident.
No, I agree. Like, especially like in that situation.
I am absolutely certain that if I had kids, I would probably forget them at times.
Oh, another horde. Surprisingly, if they're being quiet, it's pretty easy to do.
Yep.
Yeah. I'm really prone to forgetting things that are like important to me. So.
is all you've got?
The mining job in here is pure chaos.
I don't
Makes my
remember
eye
why
twitch a
we
little
did
bit.
this. I usually climb all the way up to the top and do it from the
Because
top
there was
down.
like 6 of us in here mining, that's why.
Yeah, I don't know who it is. I mean, there are some definite ways that I will troll people, but mining the rock from the bottom is not one of them. But
Right.
I think some of the people in our group, or well, Davey, enjoys doing that.
So Battlehammer will absolutely do that. And it started out when we first started playing the game. He owned the game for like a month before he talked me into buying it. And so he joined, I made a world, he joined my world and came and kind of held my hand through the tutorial. And I started mining stuff. I'm like, well, it makes absolute sense to mine this from the top down because that shit's really hard to get to once you mine it from the bottom.
Yep.
And so we're playing with Battlehammer and one of my boys, and I'm relentlessly giving them shit about every time I come to a dirt plug doorway and there's a hole punched through the middle of it. I'm like, how am I supposed to do this? So now it's just him absolutely trolling me. He's like, I'm like, who mined this doorway? He's like, well, it wasn't me. Okay.
You're gonna get rid of the platforms, Mereak.
I know.
I was on my way up.
I'm about to die.
I got half a life bar left.
I fell.
Same here. You're just gonna have to lie there and
Yep.
wait.
I do only have 1 bar of stamina left, though. No energy bar, just 1 bar of stamina.
Now our mapstone is close to here, right?
I think that's a good question.
It's in the other room. I can go move it real quick.
Oops. Oh, I just fell, and now I'm close to death. I'll wait with you.
Alright, I'm gonna go move the map stone right to here.
I hope he doesn't die while he's out there.
Nah, I'm not that close.
I might be the first one to go.
I mean, that would only make sense.
That would make sense. That would be justice.
Yep. Oh. Alright, I'm a little closer now. I just took 32 points of fall damage.
Yeah, that's what I did. I think we've all taken some fall damage now.
I was trying to get that magical floating piece of ore.
Okay, where should I die at? Because I am...
Anywhere on a pile of ore is fine.
Well, we all want to be together.
Yes.
Yep.
But if he's going to be the first one to go, he gets to pick where it's at.
Well, alright, I'm gonna set this up.
Pass out right here.
Now we've all got to
Alright.
find you.
We've got I can see the, there we go. The earth behind me, so you've got like...
Yeah, he's right up here above you, Mereak. Just so you're aware.
Alright.
Let me see. How do I take a screenshot?
Well, wait for us all.
I'm just trying to make sure I remember how to
Just
do
preparing
it.
himself.
Yeah, this is chaos.
It hurts my heart a little bit. And it makes my eye twitch a lot. That's the true dwarf in me.
One thing that can be done in a pinch is like laminating with platforms from underneath.
Yeah. To give you a backdrop.
Yeah.
Oh, we gotta stay up here. There's orcs down there.
Yeah, I'm about to die anyway. My screen's red. I figure if they shoot me right here, at least I'll die right here.
Right. I will do the same.
Eiwyll already did.
Oh no!
What?
I just revived him on accident.
Why?
Damn it.
Well, no.
We'll take some damage.
Yeah. Let me see. Come on. I want to die with my armor.
Too bad there wasn't friendly fire.
Let's see. Up, 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 up.
Alright. I am almost done.
I caught the ladder on the way down.
Don't revive me.
I'm not. My hands are off of everything.
Oh, he got you.
Look, did I take an arrow instead of starving to death?
Yep.
Nice.
Get rid of those orcs so we don't have orcs in our.
Right. Yeah, it needs to be clear that we starved to death. Put your weapon away and get your pickaxe
Oh,
out.
he's beat. Alright,
Oh, there goes
I'm
Mereak.
down.
Let's see. Nope.
How close are you, Eiwyll?
I've probably got 15 hit points.
Oh, okay.
I mean, those ticks don't happen all that quickly, unfortunately.
I haven't been involved with the game.
And I'm not sure that I'm ticking from starvation. Get up higher. No. Nope. No damage.
It's alright, we're not going nowhere.
Anybody got a poison mushroom?
No.
Oh, there was a tick. Okay. You'd think it wouldn't be so hard to die of starvation.
Oh shit, did I activate the stone when I put it down?
We're gonna find out. I was like, can I do something about that? I can't.
Alright. Alright, I got a couple screenshots. I'm gonna release. Everybody got theirs?
Okay.
I'm good. Yeah.
Oh, I don't know. Woohoo, I did!
Oh, good.
You did activate it?
Yeah.
I revived, so I'm on my way too.
Where's my,
You are okay.
where's my body?
What, your urn is not here?
No.
Oh no.
What's the name of the mapstone? Is it this mapstone
Shit.
Eastern Bastion on the first level?
Yeah,
There. I think I found one of them
Over there. What is that?
over here. Oh, yep, and there's the other one.
yeah,
That's it.
take all. This looks like me. I don't know why it was way over there.
Yeah, yours is here over here, Axbeard.
I'm coming. Is it up top there?
Yeah. Okay, what's... Reminds me of some of the interesting places where I've seen urns end up. But I wasn't expecting that when it was, like... That does not seem like the type of place where you'd expect an urn to not be able to set itself.
Right.
Yeah.
How am I supposed to get that? Oh, and there's a little piece of ore right behind me, too.
The worst is when you have obvious mineable stone like granite or adamant on a wall somewhere, and it won't let you, even though you can put your cursor right on it, it won't let you target it.
Yeah. That is most definitely annoying. I can start singing, yay!
We shape the halls till evening calls, mortimer or till day's end. Where, hey, when the tool grows dull, held in my hand by the heart. Oh, now dig.
Red. That might be red. Nope.
So I'm one of those people that normally researches everything I buy, like sometimes to the point of that I get consumer paralysis where I've done so much research that I don't think I want to buy it anymore.
I do that all the time.
But I failed myself yesterday or the day before, and I bought a game on Steam that
Okay.
had I done more research, I would have waited to buy it because it's an early access game, but I assumed that it was more, I figured it was older than it was. And I bought First Dwarf.
Oh,
First dwarf? Never heard of it.
yeah.
You play a dwarf that, like, the opening cinematic is you're on an airship, and you have this mech on your airship, and you're traveling through this storm, and then you get shipwrecked on this floating island. and that's just kind of the way the world is. It's just this series of floating islands.
Is
and
it?
You're trying to find a new place for your people to settle.
Is it made by the people who made Driftlands? I'm trying to remember. There's a game series that's set in that type of setting.
I'd have to look at that. I knew the developer name.
So is
No
it
worries.
any good?
It's good. It's got great potential, but there's not a lot of things to do there.
Oh, because it's early access?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they did just come out with a update, but they came out with an update on
Well, early access games, are they expensive?
it was like $26 and it's on sale.
Ooh.
Yeah.
I hear combat. Someone need help?
Nope, I don't think so.
The developer is Star Drifters,
Oh, I changed my mind.
and the publisher is Star Drifters and 4 different.
Oh, you got killed?
It only took one hit.
Rub some stone on it.
And I forgot that, after getting back up, after dying from starvation, I should probably eat something so that I didn't start starving again.
Yeah, I didn't eat anything till just you just said something, and then I'm like, oh yeah, I'm starving.
Yeah, I haven't eaten anything either. Better put that lambas bread back in my hot bar. So after I played an hour or two of it on the first day, I went looking for YouTube videos just out of curiosity. And I really only found one guy that was doing any content on it. And he had 6 videos. And they were from the newest one was 5 months ago. And it turns out that video 6 was like he stopped at video 6 because there was no more content to make videos on. He had finished the game to that point. And it wasn't he beat the game, it's just like that was all the content they had ready for it.
Yeah.
But it's fun. I mean, it's so you run around, you're collecting resources, and you're fighting these shadow monsters, and you're building a base. And once you build the base, then you get to send a raven out to your people to tell them that it's safe to come and move into the houses that you've built for them. And then once you get your first colony up, then you have to go to another spot and build another colony for the next guild to come.
So is it first person like this, or more of a strategy type?
It's a third person game. And so you play this dwarf that has a hammer.
Oh my God, more.
Just a suggestion, but we could turn the difficulty down.
Oh, that's true. We've already finished the game.
Right. I mean, I like fighting, but
Want me to set it to default, normal?
sure.
Whatever you feel like. You could turn it all up if you want.
Well, that's what it was at.
Go all the way up.
Yeah. But that's how we played the entire game.
Right.
Okay.
The only time I turned it down was when I was solo building, because it got to be too much. I was like, Jesus, I need to put down more than 4 blocks before something comes and tries to kill me.
Right.
Yeah.
If we were streaming, I'd say leave it up, but I'm
Well,
okay with. I'm okay with where it's at. I'm just saying if it's getting frustrating.
No, I dropped it down to normal. You're right. I'm like, we're mining here. Why do we have to stop every few minutes?
So the game, it's third person. You can either be just the dwarf running around on his own, and then you have a hammer. It's like a hammer on one side and an axe on the other. And then you can get in your mech, and the mech has a big axe that is an axe on one side and a pick on the other, and you can do all the same stuff that the dwarf can do, just you're more powerful. And then you also have a dragon companion, this little mini dragon. Like, for those familiar with D&D, pseudo dragon.
Oh, okay, pseudo dragon. Yeah.
And then the dragon can breathe fire and can fly around and can swim underwater. And so that you can kind of use the dragon to scout. It can't interact with quite as much as the dwarf can, but I mean, it's fun. The mechanics are fun. The fighting isn't overly complicated. Probably, maybe even a little less so than this. It's just hack and slash. And then there's a lot of exploration.
Come on, Mereak.
What?
I was trying to delete some stuff that was hanging in the air up there right above you. And
Oh, you would? I didn't even notice you were there. I'm sorry. I didn't even notice you were there.
And then the building, instead of being individual pieces to build.
You did it again!
Okay, where are you? I don't see you at all.
Really?
All right,
you see
you're
his name?
no.
I'm right.
Oh,
I am
here
right
you
in front
are. Okay, I'll go over here.
Thank you.
Honest to God, I didn't see you. Like, where the hell is he?
I mean, if we're being honest, that's kind of karma. But the building isn't building in individual pieces to make a structure. It's build your main base here, and then build a house over here, and then build a stone quarry over here. Kind of like the only thing that I've really played is 100 years ago, Command and Conquer, where you're building a base by building the buildings all at once instead of building the individual pieces to construct the building.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Stardrifter's previous 2 games have been something called Driftlands, and I think it's their previous 2 games, and those are both real-time strategy games.
Okay.
So
it's fun, and I look forward to them releasing more content and the game getting bigger. And I haven't beat it yet by any means, but so I'm just basing what I know about the short content being on YouTube videos that are 5 months old. But like I said, there's definitely been an update since then. Their Discord is not very active at all.
yeah.
Which doesn't surprise me. I'm more surprised that Return to Moria's Discord is as active as it is.
Well, at least with this game, you figure they had to pay for the license or get the permission or profit share or something like that. So they want to make money.
Right.
I already told.
Also, Lord of the Rings also helps make it more popular and
marketable.
More
Yeah.
everybody. Yeah.
Oh yeah, for sure.
The only reason I bought First Dwarf is because it had dwarf in the name. I mean, that's the only reason I ever clicked on it to look at it in the first place.
Yeah, I get that.
It looked like a neat game when they announced it coming out on EA, but it's been a while since then, and it was really bare bones looking when I first saw it.
But you can upgrade your mech and you can upgrade your weapon, and
Gotta make sure to.
I am kind of interested in the whole transmog type thing with our outfits now.
Yeah. So we were talking the other day, Mereak, you didn't know that the Dimril helmet had a dragon on it.
I never noticed it.
Oh.
I only noticed it because Battlehammer pointed it out to me. He's like, "Hey, check out my dragon helmet."
Oh, that's
But
funny.
I
because
think,
when I unlocked the recipe, I never bothered to look at it
Gotcha.
because I was already always running around with my miners.
yeah, and when I finally got that recipe in the first game, I was like, oh, it's no better than the helmet I got on.
Yep, you just looked at the tier before
And
you looked at the... Yeah.
And so I don't think I ever really built it until much later. And then when I built it, it was like, oh, I'm building one of everything, you know, because I want to unlock whatever.
You were on a mission. You weren't like interested in the helmet itself. You were just trying to unlock the achievement.
Because I wasn't, it never occurred to me, you're going to wear this with your other, you know, it's not a matching set or, you know.
Right.
Gotcha.
So I just didn't pay attention.
That's why I brought the question up. You said that as soon as you got transmog, you were going to transmog your helmet into that. What helmet are you wearing now that you don't want to give up for the Dimmerl helmet? Like the helmet you normally use. What helmet would you transmog into that?
I personally like the Durance Guard set.
Okay.
But I might mix and match them now.
Yeah.
To get different stats. I haven't really looked at it, but part of me is like, maybe you want a piece of the Nagrad.
Yep.
The crested helmet is nice, but it's not tier 2.
Yeah, it's tier 1 because it has the
Taunt.
ability. It's got an extra ability on it. So.
Yeah. The taunt.
Yep.
Which I don't know why that people would want that ability normally.
I wouldn't want it as a solo player. I could see the benefit of somebody having it.
Oh yeah.
In a group scenario.
Oh yeah.
Kinda like
that I understand.
I mean, we don't have.
Said, I have been trying to wear the taunt stuff while we've been playing together. And I haven't really noticed much difference in the, you know, who the orcs have been choosing to attack. So.
Now, when I played with my sister and my son-in-law, right before we started this game, in fact, some of it was going on when we started this game, we used it, and it did seem to have an effect. I wore it, and they all stood behind me, and I always got attacked, like I was the only person there.
Oh, interesting. Yeah, I haven't. I've been using that and the ram's head shield a lot of the time.
Yep, the ram's head. Yeah, those are the two pieces I had too.
Maybe it's been working and it just hasn't been enough for me to notice it.
Why?
Maybe we're just all a little bit too chaotic.
When we were all spread out, when they spawn, they go to their nearest person. But if you're grouped up and there's multiples of you to choose from, then the person with the shield and the helmet gets attacked.
Okay.
So the trick is they have to be near you, and then it will choose you.
If there's it's probably if there's multiple people in their aggro range, then they're gonna choose the person wearing the extra aggro gear.
Right. That's what it seemed to be for me.
Okay. Well, yeah. It didn't. There were times when I had orcs run right past me to somebody who was like maybe not immediately next to me, but close, pretty close, and I was at least as close to the orc as they were.
Huh.
And that was like where I was like, why did you just run past me, orc? Like, I've got the aggro gear on.
Right. My personal favorite armor for looks is the Belaghost armor. Because I like Iron Hills dwarves because of the hunter and kind of hill dwarf aspect that they talk about. And then, so it kind of matches that with the fur and the hunting horn and stuff like that. But But I like the Durin's armor for the shadow repelling effect.
Yeah, I actually like the look of the Durin's armor. But that's the beauty of the transmog. You can wear the suit that best fits you.
Right.
Right, for what you're doing, and then you can make it look like whatever you want. And I'm like, oh, well, that's cool.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah,
so
I'm glad to see that come.
I'll probably be mixing and matching pieces too, and then making them all look like Bella Ghost armor.
Sure.
And I like to do the Bella Ghost armor all in the black, the one that uses the black diamonds, and then except for the helmet, I do the helmet in the white because I like to imagine that an orc seeing me coming through the darkness would think I was a floating demon skull coming after them.
Oh, that's funny. That's cool.
So I actually have added a title to my dwarf's name. It's always been Baron Axebeard, and then so now I call him Baron Axebeard, the Demon of the Blue Mountains.
Cool. I hear
It's behind you.
Ah.
Oh, come on. I got stuck on like a little piece of stone so that I couldn't move forward.
I got more over here.
I think it's funny how that if you don't have enough stamina to roll dodge, the game lets you start to roll dodge.
Yeah.
And then it rubber bands you back.
Yeah. It's like a quick bow. You need some lambas?
No, I'm good. I have a couple pieces left.
Eiwyll?
I'm doing all right. I do need to ditch a bunch of stuff.
Oh yeah, I just went back.
I got one open slot.
I just dumped everything off and came back.
Somewhere deposits.
Alright. He starts mining willy-nilly again, we break his legs. I'm just saying. I mean, I like him and all, but this was insane.
Oh, I think there's two of them that we have to do that too.
Well.
So I think Davy and Battlehammer.
Yeah, for sure. I can't speak to Tûmturg. I haven't paid attention to his mining habits, but
now, of course, Davy might have just done it specifically to me. To
torture you?
Yeah.
Nice. Do you know Davy that well, or just he likes torturing you?
I don't know Davy very well.
I think that they've just kind of gravitated towards each other's sense of humor.
Yeah.
That's just my observation.
I mean, it's all cool. I usually do stuff like that with people I know very well.
Right. Now with Battlehammer, it's a combination of let's see what we can do to drive Axebeard crazy, and that's just the way he does it, and he doesn't think about it any other way.
Yeah,
he doesn't take the time to think, oh, I should start from the top here.
My wife will tell you that to drive me crazy, it's a really short trip some days.
Same. Certainly does not take a lot.
Alright.
Alright, I'm heading back to unload.
Ooh.
Well, we got most of it, if not all of it. Do I see anything else?
Needs more light.
Well, we got this room.
That's 3 times as long as it should have, even if we would have started with a full load in there.
I know. I know. Don't come back yet. I'm gonna move. Where did it go? I know the passage is over here somewhere. We killed the troll that was in here, right?
I'm pretty sure we did.
Yep.
Oh, there's orc though.
We killed him too.
Alright. Alright. Should be the last one on the list again.
Okay.
There's some nice clean mining work over here.
Oh, did we already mine this one all out? Well, I guess there's...
Not completely.
Oh, were you being facetious with the nice clean mining work statement?
Yes, yes.
Oh.
Mm.
I was certainly at various points watching people do what they were doing and thinking to myself, and it wasn't just people like being terrible miners. It was a bit of 2 people working on the same area at the same time and just not paying attention to what the other was doing type of a situation. But I didn't want to be the jerk that was just like micromanaging everything.
You can do it any way you like, as long as it's the right way.
Right, exactly. And what's the right way, you ask? Well, it's my way.
Our little piece of stone that is only pretending to stick out of the wall.
Right.
Yeah, I give up on that stuff. Makes my eye twitch, but
I don't mind the pieces that get stuck to the wall or in the wall so much. It's the pieces that are floating in midair that drive me crazy, because I will be running from a troll or an orc horde or
and
something
you
to
hit
that
one.
effect, and I hit one, and then all of a sudden I'm stuck and I can't go anywhere and I die.
Yep. I really wish it worked the way. So neither of you have played Deep Rock Galactic, but in Deep Rock Galactic, if you have like a mineral vein or something and you detach it from everything else around it so that it's floating, it crumbles into pieces.
Kind of like a building piece in this game.
Yeah. Yeah, very much so.
Well, with the physics engine, I don't understand the intricacies of this environment, but they do that for everything else. I wonder why they don't do it for...
Right.
Alright, picking up.
Ugh. There's a bunch over here that's just stuck to the ceiling.
Yep. Did I just block you?
Yeah, it's okay.
Nope.
Sorry about that. My perspective didn't make it clear exactly where the positioning of these was. Bumped into each other. Come on. Just a little more stamina.
All set?
Yeah, I think that can go. There's just a little bit of stone down here in front of me. If I can... Oh.
Some days you can get a better angle on it. Other days, not so much.
Yeah. Matters whether it's sticking out of the collision mesh or not. I still haven't shown you how to hide that with the mod.
I'd be afraid of what's going on with the mod.
Yeah, that's what stopped me from using that debug menu thing. I'm afraid I'm gonna do something wrong and totally screw up my build or my save.
It's pretty fail-safe with the toggling visibility and toggling collision on things. It doesn't save.
Okay.
So even if you forget to unhide it, when you go and reload, like, everything goes back to the way it was.
Okay.
The game just doesn't check that stuff to load in its states. It doesn't save the state, it doesn't check the state from your save, it just checks against the built-in map.
So if I bury a hearth in the wall and I can't delete it, and then I hide something so that I can delete it, and I forget to unhide it, the hearth will still be gone when I come back in, but it will be unhidden again.
Right.
Gotcha. Were we trying to tear down this scaffolding?
No.
Okay.
The orcs went to town on it, though. It looks like it's in pretty bad shape.
I mean, I could try to tear down what's left here, so I think some of it's still going to be suspended from up above, but... Would you like me to do that, or just leave it?
I don't care. What do you think? Eiwyll. Use your judgment, Axebeard. Whatever you think.
I mean, I'm assuming whatever is up there, we have a map stone to get to. And...
I don't know. Maybe.
I guess I could run up there and look for a mapstone.
I'll run up there and look. I'm getting ready to build a gold ladder right there anyways, so...
Okay.
And then, if we decide to tear it down, I'll be up there and I can break some stuff away from the top.
I've never actually cleared one of those and then rebuilt the stairwell.
Oh, I have.
Stairwell.
It's fun. Still, you can't repair it if it's a granite one, because you don't have all the pieces.
Yeah. I got all. Nope. A little bit down below.
I've never tore one of these down and rebuilt it either, but I figure it can't be too terribly hard.
You want to build from the bottom up is easier, but it's harder to get proper alignment on everything.
Because you gotta go through the gap at the top.
Yeah, unless you build top down, and then it's just a giant pain in the ass because you have to build some funky scaffolding to get up. It's just a pain. It's just a pain. All right.
So,
Well,
I guess if you
the way that I would do it, it wouldn't be any less of a pain in the ass, but I would strip everything and then start at the top, and I would attach something to the edge of this hole, and then like a wall, and then build it down to the ground, just to get my line.
yeah.
And then build from the top up.
I think that's what I'd do, but I'd probably do that while tearing this down.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Because then
That way you have something to stand on.
Yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense. Well, this room's full of iron. Is there another ore here so I can get a buff? Yes, there's gold.
Resting that is red if I do that. Huh.
Oh, come on.
And once our work is finally done, ale in my hand by the hearth, where hey when the ale is gone, forever or once more, forever or once more.
So there's no mapstone at the top of it. It just takes me to 205 fathoms, but still the eastern bastion.
You want to just drop one up there?
Sure.
So I ran a line down on the inside of the corner.
Okay.
Adamant, whatever, narrow stout walls. So
Okay.
I can't guarantee that people will align to that correctly, but
Yeah, well, I mean,
It'll
we'll
give
figure
some-
it out the hard way, I guess.
give something to work from. Hopefully the whole thing doesn't crumble.
Right.
If it does, you can just say that I did it wrong.
I'll just say it was orcs.
Yeah.
Well, I may not have aligned quite perfectly. Oh well.
It's a little bit buried. You're not quite half buried into the wall up here.
Yeah. Didn't look like that when I was doing it from the top, but now that I'm below, I can see that. Oh well, close enough for government work.
There you go.
Ooh, ow. I'm gonna tell my wife. Well, I'm not a Fed anymore, so it doesn't matter. Alright, I turned it down to normal and we're still getting attacked. What the hell?
The orcs did not just go away because you turned it down. They just hate us slightly less.
I only ask this because of your tendency to not activate map stones. Did you hit save changes when you turned it down?
I think so. As soon as this combat's over, I'll double check.
I mean, I'm not offended either way. I was just curious.
Now I'm curious. I'm like, did I do that?
I think it feels slightly easier.
Oh.
I have faith in the power of the placebo effect.
Another thing that keeps happening to me when I get on Discord is I keep getting invited to tour people's stuff. I'm like, can't you just do videos so I can watch them at work?
Right.
When I'm waiting for something to happen or bored out of my mind.
Yeah.
Because
I get that too.
Yeah.
And I don't know if it's because I don't know if people actually want my advice, which I think is ridiculous because, I mean, I know I do a lot of building, but I feel like it's something anybody can do with just a little bit of practice, or if it's because they want a pat on the back, you know, like.
Well, I don't mind giving the pat on the back, but I do
don't
that
either,
for videos all the time. I don't.
Yep, exactly.
For that, it rubs some people the wrong way, but often I just ask, like, what are you at? What are you looking for?
Yeah.
What
are you
looking for? Approval, a pat on the back? Like, I wouldn't use the word a pat on the back, but are you looking for like advice, or do you really just want appreciation for the things that you've done well?
Right.
It's kind of how I word it. Because yeah.
Yep. And any answer is okay, but this guy that's doing the warehouse thing.
Yeah, he's one of the ones that really wants me to go tour.
Yeah, every time he posts the code in a Discord channel, he sends me a DM with the code saying, "Hey, it's open if you want to go check it out." And then if I don't say anything, he'll come back and be like, "Hey, did you get a chance to look at that?" I said to him yesterday, I actually went in and looked at it, and then send him some, like, hey, it looks great. I did notice that there's some chests missing in some spots. Like, he's got a rack that holds chests, and there's clearly, like, 3 of them missing. I'm like, I don't know if that was intentional, or something happened to him, or somebody else that came in and was looking at it destroyed it on accident. But, and then I'm like, I could get nitpicky about some stuff, but I don't think there's any point in that. I said this to him. I said, I don't think there's any point in me being nitpicky about anything, because I don't think you really want to go in and tear 100 things down so you can fix one little thing that didn't line up right. But
excuse me.
And he didn't really comment on it. Okay.
Still alive there, Mereak?
Yeah, I'm getting over a little. My grandkids gave me some crud. My wife's birthday was on the 25th. They were over, and then they were over for Thanksgiving. They spent that entire weekend with us. And then Thanksgiving, you know, they spent more time with us and gave me some sinus infection, double ear infection type thing, and I'm like, oh,
Yeah.
lovely. Well, I'm getting on a plane, Doc. Fix it.
Yeah, give me all the shots.
Whatever you gotta do. But the cough, I don't know what it is. Ever since COVID, the cough just lingers.
Oh, yeah.
Or I'm getting older. One or the other. I don't know.
I mean, a little bit of both, probably. Like, I know that kind of stuff tends to hit harder with more age. And partially because a lot of your like healing processes don't work as effectively.
Yeah.
It helps to take more like things like zinc and lysine and things that will help your body rebuild, like damaged tissues.
Well, I take zinc, I take a multivitamin, and I take vitamin D supplement.
Do you take the vitamin D with the K12 in it?
Yeah.
K2, but yeah.
Or K2, yeah.
K
sorry. I was
it's
thinking
the
B12.
gel. It's like a gel, but it has the K whatever in it.
Yeah, I use it's an MCT or MTC oil, whatever that one is.
MCT, medium chain triglycerides.
There you go.
There you go. They made me take biology 1 and 2 and chemistry 1, 2 and organic chemistry 1 in college, but I never did anything with it.
My wife worked for the Vegetarian Health Institute for several years. So,
Oh.
and I ended up doing a lot of he got me to do some coding for them. And then but I also did a lot of fact checking for her on stuff, because it was just, there was a lot of information to swim through.
Right.
Like, is this actually line up with like what the studies say? Like, and there are a lot of things that get popularized on the internet where the sort of the short form, like what people post on like newspapers and stuff like that, doesn't actually match what the study actually did, but it becomes accepted as scientific fact, even within the scientific community.
Right.
And it's really, really frustrating, because you'll have like a bunch of people talking on both sides without actually ever going back to refer to the actual studies. They're just like, we know this is true, we know this is fact. And there are studies that get like overturned, like things bring into question like previous studies and stuff like that. And it's like, it's just, people are talking about misinformation and stuff a lot in order to accuse other people of misinforming, when they're buying into things that are not necessarily like proven the way they think they are.
Right.
Or show exactly what they think it shows.
Well, like, what's that old saying? There are lies, damn lies, and statistics.
Pretty much.
So I'm standing on this series of small beams, like the kind that we can craft, that's connected to absolutely nothing and just floating here in midair. But if we built these ourselves, they would have absolutely fallen apart a long time ago.
Yes.
Yeah, they got magic.
Mm-hmm.
That's the kind of thing to leave.
Right.
Oh, I didn't put down a stone here.
I don't know if it still applies, but I remember that I used to take down things by attaching something that we could build to it, and then just deconstructing that thing.
Yeah, that doesn't work anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah. I noticed that it stopped working at some point. I was kind of disappointed because it was a fast way to do it.
Right.
Oh, we never went through here.
I have a feeling there's probably a lot of things that we could say that about. Hey, nobody's been in here yet.
Oh, I don't have any bronze or brass or whatever to repair that.
Granite and quartz. There's also a King's Brew tank up here.
Cool. Do you have any granite quartz?
I
have granite. I don't have. I've got true quartz. I don't have.
It's
white
the true quartz that we need.
I have true quartz. Okay.
Okay. I don't have either.
I got a couple of orcs over here.
Mereak, are you standing in the shadow?
Oh, yes, I am. Alright, there's the true quartz. I don't have any granite. Do any of you guys have granite?
Yeah, I've got a stack of it. I've been fighting some orcs, and then I'll run it to you.
Alright, I'm coming to help you.
Well, not exactly standing in the best place to.
There's your stack of granite.
Nope. Made it.
Thank you.
Yep.
Looks very nice, sir.
Yeah, I cleaned up pretty good. So this granite pillar, or this adamant stout pillar that you made, Eiwyll, is I actually think you could have lined it up on the floor with this corner. Obviously you didn't know this when you were building it, but I think if you'd have lined it up on the corner, it would have been just about perfect.
Let me come see, because I didn't actually look down at the floor.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
I
there's
just
like
ran it
design
down
on
from
the
the top,
floor.
and I was like,
Like, you're
oh, if I
pretty much
lined it
lined
up
up on this line, but
corner
on
to
this line
corner.
over here,
Gotcha.
if
So
you
the
put it
corner
just on the
basically
inside
was-
of that corner, it would have been good.
Okay. So, just to see, I'm going to try seeing if I can place one over on this side.
Sure.
Oh, what the heck is that?
Oh,
Oh, I
Building
destroyed
here.
all the hearths.
No worries. So you're suggesting that?
Oh, your hearth isn't big enough. Yes.
Okay. I think you're probably right. I can't really see all the way up there anymore, but
Alright. I imagine that that was probably some intelligent design going on when they crafted this, but I could be wrong. I don't know enough about that kind of stuff, so.
it's a nice thing when it happens, but I never count on it.
Right. So I'm gonna destroy the other one then.
Okie dokie.
Just leave that block there. I'll destroy it to the best of my ability. Of course, it's attached at the top, so.
still?
just realized that I made a mistake. There's no map stone up there.
There's no map stone up there.
There's not, but I'll go up there and put one.
Well, there's some stairs nearby that go up, I think, right? You just walk out to the bridge and then walk up.
Maybe, but there's a map stone up there at that ranger camp too, and that's not far away, so.
Okay.
See what map stone it is.
I'll leave it in your hands.
Oh, Eastern Bastion.
Mereak singing.
I already finished that. I'm collecting right now.
A damaged statue requires granite to repair.
I've never even looked at the recipe list to see if there was anything we didn't unlock.
I think we got it all, but I didn't actually go through it either.
Oh, did you guys pick up on any of that conversation in the Discord with the guy that thought you could go to, like, for example, if I had a sandbox and I hadn't found the recipe for the wolfskin hat, he thought that I could go to his world where he had unlocked the wolfskin hat, craft said wolfskin hat, and bring it back to my world, and that would unlock the recipe in my world.
That will not work.
I knew that, and I tried to politely tell him that, because he was spreading that information to other people. And
that does work with things like the hammers.
Yes.
And stuff like that.
But if it's unlocked, he was trying to say that anything, he said the only thing it didn't work on was recipes unlocked by Muthzaks and Great Forges. So I tried to be like, I don't think it works that way. And then he's like, yeah, it absolutely does. I've gotten like several recipes by doing that. And I'm like, no. So then after like the fourth time of him telling somebody else, hey, you want to exchange recipes, trying to invite people to his world or get invited to their world, I was like, this is not true. This doesn't work. You're misinforming people. And he's like, you can come to my world and try it now. So I'm like, all right, let's do this. Went to his world and tried some stuff and proved him wrong. And then in that conversation found out that he was on Xbox, so he'd leave his Xbox on, logged into his world all night long, while two other people that he was playing with regularly would go into his world and play while he was asleep. And one of those people was using the debug menu to spawn in all these crazy items that are in the debug menu that the devs haven't released to the game yet. And I'm like, that's why these recipes are getting unlocked in your world without you unlocking them. They're either finding the statues while you're not in the world. Ooh, I fell and died.
Oh, where?
Oh, in that room that I was clearing.
I'll go get him.
You're gonna go get him? Okay.
Yep.
But so I finally got him set straight. But even afterwards, like, he didn't want to admit that he was wrong. When I left, he's like, oh, maybe my world's bugged. Like, your world's not bugged, man.
You know what we need? We need, like, various flower options that we can just, like, put down on somebody when they die.
You know what we need? And you saying flower and me thinking of the wrong kind of flower is what made me think of this. but a chalk line.
Oh,
Chocolate. Nice.
that's
line.
funny.
Till Durin wakes from sleep.
Auto sort my nemesis. Or quick sort.
So I ran all the way up to the top of there and saw one little piece that I'd missed, and I thought, I'll grab that real quick. And didn't place the map stone that I went up there to place. And then fell and died, so now I get to run all the way back up here.
It may not be that important.
Yeah, fine. I'm already halfway here. And it really is just a run from the Eastern Bastion Ranger camp up the stairs. Like if you were in campaign, you'd be going to the Chamber of Mother Bull.
Yeah. I thought it might be something like that.
Oh,
I'm doing a little bit of sorting. Since I don't know where everything goes, I'm just trying to,
alright, well, let me put stuff in the end one then.
Okay, I'm going to empty the end one out, and you can throw stuff in it.
I don't really know where everything goes, so I'm just going to do my level best to fuck up Sleepy's inventory system. I'm just kidding.
I actually think she enjoys it.
He does. He enjoys doing the sorting, I know that much.
In fact, my wife was picking on me because I was sorting our inventory. I'm like, just dump it here. I'll sort it out. She's like, oh, you are so anal about this stuff. I'm like, I want to know where my shit is when we're playing this game.
Yeah.
I'd have been like, be happy that I'm doing it and I'm not teaching you how to do it.
Oh, she wouldn't do that. That's not my wife. My
Right.
wife's a piler.
It'd be the same, like, that would be the quickest way to get mine to be like, yep, I'm done playing this.
Yeah, my wife's a piler in real life. Her piles have piles. They may spawn piles in the middle of the night. I swear to God. I don't understand it. But it's my pet peeve because I'm the one that's I'm much neater and much more organized.
If left to my own devices, I would be, but I tend to take on the habits of the people around me.
Alright, I'll be right back with more. Uh-oh. Where the hell did I wind up?
So we're not destroying wagons?
If they're really in good, pristine condition,
We're gonna leave them?
yeah.
Yeah.
That would be my preference. Because we can't build them, so...
Yeah, I'm okay with destroying the ones that are like all dilapidated and a mess.
Yeah, like I've got one up here that has like 2 wheels on it, and then the rest of it's just a destroyed pile of rubble.
Yeah, don't worry about saving it.
Yeah. Okay.
I mean, at the end of the day, I think I can actually use a mod to spawn it in as well. So
that's what I was just gonna ask.
But it's kind of... That's kind of one of those things that I prefer to avoid if I can.
Right. I was just thinking that, like, if there was a spot that I wouldn't destroy a wagon knowing that you could spawn one in, but if there was a spot that you're like, man, a wagon would look really good right here. Do that.
Okay, where did I put... Yeah. There we go. Trying to move things back into my inventory that I actually want to keep. And,
Right.
and I just got most of it sorted, and then I accidentally hit S.
Ah.
And I should eat something because I am starving.
Yeah, I was too.
You know what the best part of the stream was last Friday? Tûmturg going to the map stone that said, "This is okay." Because we had all honestly forgotten about it.
I hadn't, but I guess the rest of you had.
I mean, if I'd have seen it on the map, if I'd have seen it on the list of map stones, I'd have known not to go there. But when he's like, "Where is this at?" and we're like, "What are you talking about?" He's like, "I went to a map stone that said this was okay."
At the moment he said, "What? Where am I?" or whatever he said, yeah. I was like, he went to that map stone. I knew exactly what he'd done.
Yeah, me too.
But I had seen it in the list too, like looking through things.
Right. So I have a question. I've never paid attention, but I'm standing at the top of this shaft that I just cleared, and then I'm looking down at the floor, and I can see the sunlight on the floor from the crystal on the top of the shaft.
Mm-hmm.
Will that shadow move as the day cycle progresses?
I don't know. Never played that close of attention, man.
Yeah.
I've wondered about that, but I think my conclusion was that no, it doesn't.
Something tells me that it's a little overcomplicated for what this game.
Right. That's kind of what I was thinking, because it should be centered. If it were, high noon type of a thing.
Oh, I think this is a model that I haven't seen in a while. Oh, I can build this.
I almost kind of appreciate the fact that if it's not going to move with the day-night cycle, I appreciate the fact that it's not centered.
Yeah.
Because then it would make everything look too uniform. Okay, I got the top cleared out as much as I can. I'm not going to clear the little hallway that would jut off to the side here, but we just got map stones like stacked up here. I'm at 205 fathoms. There's one 20 fathoms below me and another one 35 fathoms below me. They're both labeled Eastern Bastion. Does anybody have a preference on what I should name this one?
Nope. Knock yourself out.
I have no idea what to name it, so I'll just leave it if nobody's got an idea. But
another Eastern Bastion.
Currently, it is Mapstone 7 Eastern Bastion.
Well, those are just the auto-generated names.
Yeah. Yep. So I tried to build a floating tower. Across the, not a floating tower, a hanging tower. Across the abyss outside the Dimral Gate. And I was able, it was acting funny, like where it would let me build and wouldn't let me build. I built a 3x3 platform with a 1x2 granite tile going out to it, and it suspended all that really good, but then it wouldn't let me build on one edge of it very well, even though I could build, like, the higher I got, the less it would let me build out to that edge.
Did you see that one guy that did like 5 different stories in the Black Abyss?
I did not see that.
He's one that wants me to go tour his stuff, and I'm like, that one I'll probably make I'll make time for, because that one's interesting. I haven't really built there.
Eywill's right here. So what I did was I came over to here, and I put a granite tile right to the edge here, and then I built out over the abyss from there. And I went out like 2 more tiles, and then I widened it out to a 3x3 platform. And I was using adamant on the very edges of it, so it was hanging over the edges to try and build a tower. But it was acting funky. So things weren't lining up right, and the symmetry was off, and they're driving me crazy. So then I came up back here and I deleted the one tile that connected it to what we're standing on, and watched the whole thing crumble at once, which was pretty satisfying.
So was it a problem with the snap points, or was it?
Nope, it was just like it would go from yellow to solid red.
Okay, yeah.
And all the yellow stuff was holding up fine. I didn't have anything fall apart. I was working on it off and on, like without leaving that world for probably over an hour, and then I left the world and came back a couple different times, and then because I kept on getting frustrated and going away from it, and then coming back to it, and then finally I just gave up. So
if it's solid red, that usually means that there's something actually like that's built into the map. That's this
is a no build zone type of a situation.
Yeah, it can be a no build zone. Like, I know that some of the area around this bridge is a no build zone.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't be surprised if that's the case here.
Which is why I came over here to get away from that no build zone. And my problem wasn't like if we're standing here looking ahead towards the Dimral Gate, kind of towards that side of the abyss. The problem wasn't left or right. The problem was straight ahead. The further straight ahead I went, the harder I got to build stuff.
Yeah.
And the higher that I went, the more vertical I went, the harder it got to build stuff.
So they probably have a no build zone that's just like a. Let me see if I can think of a way. Like a wall across the center.
Sure.
That's a certain thickness, and it may be that it gets thicker as it goes towards the top or something like that.
Yeah. So when I was building across the other side, when I got to the point where I couldn't build anymore, because I just started with adamant barriers. So then I came over here and built just quick platforms from here out that way along the wall. And when I got I told you this, that works. So where that other pillar is that kind of sticks out, the next one over, that's busted or like built into the rock, that I couldn't go past that with the quick platforms, which was weird.
Interesting.
Yeah. And then, so then it was just a matter of like when I built the quick platforms out away from the wall, back towards the other side of the abyss, when I got to like one floor tile's gap away from the structure that I was working on, it just wouldn't let me build anything there at all. Even though I could connect to them, and it should have worked, it wasn't working.
Yeah.
I just thought it was interesting. I've had a feeling that it was going to happen that way, but like I was going to reach a point where it just quit working, and that's what happened. But
I did actually my very first world, I'm pretty sure. So this would have been in before update 1 even. I did actually go all the way around with quick platforms.
Okay.
To get to the other side. And I don't recall running into an obstacle in that area that you mentioned. But they may have added something in because trying to keep players from going over there.
Yep. Have you seen my build that I did over this waterfall over here?
No.
So I built stairs going right up here, and then just above the horizontal surface of the waterfall, I built quick platforms so that I had to place the stand to build the floor above me. And then I've got like 3 stories there.
That's a nice place to build.
Yeah, it turned out pretty good. I like it. I'll have to send you a link of the video.
My first major base, like major base, was this all the way up to the top of that shaft.
Oh, wow.
Like, this is my armory here. And then the top of that shaft is a farm. And then the stairs up into the room above that is my base.
Nice.
And then you know how that room up there is really tall, too?
Yep.
The one above this? If you go up above that, that's more farm.
Oh, wow. That's ambitious for a first base build.
I spent a lot of time in that game. Probably a quarter of my playtime was spent on my first world.
Didn't you do a video of that? Or pictures or something?
I may have done shared some pictures at some point of it. I'm not sure. I don't think I ever made a video of it. I haven't really done much in the way of videos. The only time I think I did a video of this game was really early on. There were some people who were struggling with the crystal descent, and I was like, you can just, what's the word?
Parkour.
Parkour it.
Yeah.
And I did a video of parkouring it in about 2 minutes. Just so that people would have something to reference to see that it could be done.
Sure.
So, funny story, the first time I got to that, I was like, what the F is this? And I call my son, right, who's 20, he was 20, but 21, basically. And he's like, oh, just parkour down. And I'm like, say what? Yeah, just parkour down. I'm like, how do you, why don't you, and I literally get up from my chair, I'm like, why don't you do it? And he's like, okay. And he did. No deaths. I'm like, that's making me, I have a little bit of a vertigo problem with that type of thing. And I'm like, yep, I ain't gonna do that. And now I can do it no problem, but.
Right. I mean, the first time I went down there, I did not parkour it.
Well, I never parkour. I never parkour it. I always just, build my way down. And I got really good at that. And actually, I think my vertigo is a little bit better. This game's perspective really, tricked my brain into like, oh yeah, that's a cliff right there. That's not good.
I have there's one game that I love, but I always have trouble with getting some vertigo in it. That's Satisfactory. I don't know if you've heard of it, but it's
I have heard of it.
I haven't looked into it at all.
It's a very beautiful game, and it's like an engineering game. It's so many people in the Discord, at least when I was playing it early, which was several years ago, were engineers. So if you like being with a lot of like really smart people talking about a game, that's a good community to be in.
So what is the purpose of it?
You are... It's a sci-fi setting. You land on a planet. You're a solo, like, what do they call the character? Pioneer is what they call you. But you're basically building a factory to harvest resources from the world, and then build up supply line. Like you build a machine that extracts ores, and then you build a machine that refines those ores. And they refine at certain rates. So one machine produces X output, and that may be enough to supply 2 other machines. So then you build like this supply chain from one machine to another machine to more machines to produce more different components that you need for various to achieve various objectives. Very simple premise, but it can get fairly complicated in terms of...
Oh man, they destroyed the damn... Oh, I hate when that happens.
Brew tank?
I purposely ran away from it so that I wouldn't be the one to destroy it, and they didn't follow me.
Ah, well, not the end of the world.
Yeah, I mean, luckily we can build one.
All right, we got to put that guy's head on a pike for destroying the King's Brew tank. We got to send a message here.
You know, I would love to see taxidermy in this game. I realize it might be a touchy subject for some people, but I don't have any granite to repair that.
So bear claws, huh?
Yeah, and as happy as I would be with that if that's all I got, I really just want the bear plaque and the bearskin rug.
I think the bearskin rug has been asked for a while.
It has. I've seen a lot of people ask for that for a long time.
So I think that one will eventually happen.
And the bear plaque was like, I didn't want that until Balhamr pointed it out to me one time when we were playing. He's like, hey, check this out. This is cool. How come we can't build this? So I took a screenshot of it because that's kind of like when the Bare Knuckle Brawlers challenge was kind of taking shape.
So is that an asset that's already in the game somewhere?
Yeah.
Yeah. So like in the Western halls, you sometimes run into those refreshment stations. It's kind of like for lack of a better term, a gazebo or a pergola.
Yeah.
And it'll have the double kegs in it. And you used to be able to find the ever full evening ale keg in those things, but I haven't seen one there in a couple of
Nah, that went out in 1.1.
Yeah.
I haven't seen one of those in there since 1.1. Oh look, we got another horde. I even turned it.
Finish the song first.
Okay. Whoa! What? Ah, troll.
Oh, you landed right on my head.
Troll? Where?
He just turned a stone over here. He's gonna look really cool when we mine this adamant out from underneath him and he's floating. If we can do it without destroying him.
He came off your head and took a swipe at me, and I was like...
You're like, what the hell?
I wish I could say that I premeditated running into the sunlight, but I did not. I was just like, back up.
If by running into the sunlight you mean getting knocked into the sunlight?
No, he didn't hit me.
Okay. I'm just trying to see if I can mine the adamant out from underneath the room now. Without hitting him and destroying him.
Use Maybe a smaller pickaxe than the Quarrymaster.
Yeah, that's the only one I've got on me. I'll let you finish it.
Is there any ore that I missed? I think that got it.
Why is it letting me sing again?
Because
Oh, because you're singing.
I had the buff when you guys were singing, but it was like almost gone.
Gotcha. Oh, back to that first dwarf game. There's a co-op mode. Like you can invite your Steam friend to play it, and it goes into so like I was playing with Balhamr the other day, and he was operating the dwarf inside the mech, and I was operating the dragon in his world.
Okay.
It was interesting. It was fun. I ran around and did a bunch of scouting while he was building his base. I didn't look, but I'm assuming it's only two-player because even though there's 3 things that you can control, the dwarf has to be in the mech to control the mech. So. Although I don't think that they've completed the ability to do this yet, but there's other animals in the game that you can pet, and then you'll find some that are like tainted by this shadow, and then it gives you the option to try and heal them, but I couldn't figure out how to do that. I don't think they've finished that feature.
Right.
But presumably it shows a little icon that says you can. It's a creature that you can switch to control. So I'm assuming you can gather other pets. Maybe that would open up the multiplayer a little bit, or maybe it would take away the dragon option to take the Farron option or the owl option. Farrons look like really shaggy wolves or foxes, but they make cat noises, like they meow and purr. Which is an interesting way to make the choice between cat or dog, if you only wanted to do one.
Yes, I guess that's true.
Well, I go dog all the way.
I'm a dog person myself.
Well, first off, on the 1 to 5 allergy scale, the doctor told me I was a 10. They almost had to give me an EpiPen when I was tested for that. Oh, I can walk into a house, and if there's been a cat in it, I know immediately. Throat starts to close. It is nasty.
Oh.
Yeah.
So
it sounds like your cat allergies are even worse than mine, and mine are pretty bad, so I'm like...
I carry an EpiPen for that and bees. And so...
I carry one for bees.
Yeah. So that... Cats are a no-go for me, but I swear to God they know I'm deathly allergic to them, so
and
if
they
love
you?
And they try to rub up against me, I'm like, you frickin' devil monsters.
It might be your body language a little bit. So dogs if you make eye contact with dogs think you like them.
Yeah.
And they'll move towards you. But for cats, it's not making eye contact that makes them think you like them.
Huh.
So if you want to discourage a cat, like staring it down is actually one of the easier ways to imply to it that you don't want its affection.
I knew the dog portion of that. I did not know the cat portion of that.
Yeah.
I have 4 dogs. And just a few years ago, I had 6 dogs at one time.
Well, that's a lot to take care of. Holy cow.
Yeah. Yeah, it got a little out of hand. I've decided that I'm never going to be a more than 2 dog household. Like, I currently have 4, but I'm not getting rid of dogs to get down to 2. When I naturally get down to 2 dogs, there will not be any more than 2 dogs in my home ever again. The pack mentality becomes very real.
Oh, yeah, it does. Oh, yeah.
And the funny thing is, like, when somebody knocks at the door, they all run to the door and bark. And then once I start to move towards the door, it just encourages them to bark more because they feel like I'm backing them up. Like I'm part of the pack, and I'm like back there, like being their hype man, even though I'm telling them to shut up or calm down or whatever. It's like they're the last bastion of defense between me and whatever's at the door.
I'm gonna go get our stone.
Dogs are very funny animals. Social species in general can be pretty funny.
Yeah.
That doesn't rule out humans either. Like, humans
Absolutely.
are weird.
They're the weirdest. I've always been interested by, not interested enough that I want to own one, but I've always been interested by birds.
Ah.
Oh, my mother's got the most annoying frickin' bird. And she's like, oh, can't you hear it talk? So I'm like, no. And I sent her videos. That parrot, you know, the thing that lives like 150 frickin' years.
Yeah, the macaw or whatever.
They talk.
Yep.
Your bird squeaks. I mean, I just...
Right.
that is not talking. I'm sorry.
I won't ever own a bird, with one exception. If I befriend the crows that frequent my backyard, that will be the closest that I ever come to owning a bird. But
well, they remember.
Yeah.
Crows.
And I've been working on it.
Is it crows or ravens that don't forget?
Both of them.
Yeah.
Just corvids in general.
Yeah.
I mean, they are smart. I've fed some before, and yeah, they come back.
I keep threatening to make a crow feeder. Have you seen the crow boxes? Like you can make a box that if they come and drop something heavy enough into the slot on the box, it will dispense some food.
Huh. Now I have we have all kinds of birds. I have a nest of cardinals. I have an owl that lives here that sits on top of the peak of my roof.
Oh wow.
And it's okay until it starts screeching at something.
Right.
And I'm like, okay. I've seen bald eagles land in my yard. Hawks, you know, not a problem. I don't mind
over a dozen
birds.
hawks take squirrels within 10 yards of me.
Oh
like
yeah.
When sitting in a tree stand hunting deer.
Oh yeah. The interesting thing about the birds of prey is I've seen a bird of prey swoop down, grab a rabbit, gut it.
Yep.
Before in the blink of an eye.
Yep.
I mean, I'm like, holy shit. But the owl's good. The owl is just a barn owl. It's like, yep, I'm here. I noticed it at first. I'm like, what the hell is that? It was one of its pellets, you know, that it coughed up on my my back stoop. And I'm like, that's disgusting. What is that? And then a buddy of mine's like, oh, you've got an owl. And so I kept an eye out for it. But I put up bat house.
Mm-hmm.
You know, trying to encourage the birds. I don't mind the birds.
Yeah, I don't want one in a cage in my house, but I'm good with just about anything else. We have a snowy owl that frequents
Ooh,
our
those are beautiful.
woods. I've got 55 acres, and it's the property my house sits on and the wooded valley behind my house. So within 100 yards of my back door is the woods, and that snowy owl comes and hangs out in the trees all winter long.
Nice. Yeah.
And then the crows show up in my backyard a lot. And I always throw food out for them whenever I see them, but I make a point to go out and like let them see me throwing it. I haven't had any success with them. Like, you always hear about them bringing people gifts and stuff like that. I haven't had any of that, but one day it'll happen. My inventory runneth over.
Yeah, my inventory's been full for a while.
Guy will fall asleep at his keyboard.
I'm almost falling asleep. Eiwyll, you up?
Yes, I am. But we could, if you're asking about stopping soon, I'd be fine with that.
Yeah, I was gonna finish this area right here, and then I am cooked.
Yeah, I'm good with whatever. I gotta get up at 7 o'clock to take my son to school for his bowl tournament.
Just wait till they can drive on their own.
Well, that's the thing. He's like, I was never scared to get behind the wheel. I was behind the wheel when I was 10 years old, driving farm trucks around and stuff like that. Couldn't wait to get my driver's license and be able to go where I wanted when I wanted. In Iowa, you can get your permit at 14 and a half, and then you can, if you have that permit, you can have a school permit to drive yourself to and from school and school related events like practices, and you can get a work permit to drive to and from your job. He's going to be 16 in January, and he hasn't done the requirements to get his permit because
Oh,
I think he's being timid about it.
yeah, my son was and daughter were timid. I made them do it, and then of course, both of them scared the shit out of me, so I bought lessons.
Right.
There's a company here that uses off-duty cops to teach people how to
Nice.
drive. And I'm like, yep, I'll buy it.
All right.
Because you're all going to give me a heart attack. Just... Yeah.
I'm going to go back to the base and dump my inventory, and then I'll probably jump out.
Yeah, I was just going to finish knocking all this down, and then I'll make trips later.
It's become my habit to try to end these sessions with no inventory.
Yeah, me too. I know all of our characters are exhausted. They're like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like it was a productive session, though.
yeah, I mean, we cleared out, what, 4 or 5 rooms?
Yeah.
Got to talk. That's always fun.
Yep.
Oh. Alright. We are done. knock this off the wall.
Wait, what is that?
Oh, shit.
Good hit.
Every once in a while I get lucky. It's not like it's consistent for me. Alright. I will sort everything out tomorrow, so.
And you're not here next Friday? Is that correct?
I am not. No, I'm going to be in Disney. I think Friday is the 13th, so my grandson's birthday is the day before. And that's what we're gonna do.
Alright.
Yeah, he's really looking forward to it.
How old is he? How old is he gonna be?
9.
Oh, he's prime for Disney.
Yeah, we decided not. The first time we brought my son, he was 6, and he didn't remember anything.
Right.
Yeah, right. And we're like, okay, that's obviously too young then.
Yeah. Looking for my screenshots so I can post and let Patty see what she's done to us.
There was no one here to help take care of us. Look, we all died. That's funny. Alright, I'm ready to log out when you guys are.
I'm out already.
Just a second.
No problem, help yourself.
I might have to build another chest.
Yeah, just feel free. I'll sort it all out.
Okay, that's good enough, I think.
Awesome. Well, thank you guys for joining me.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, it's all good.
Alright, talk soon.
Have a good one.
Have a good night,
Yep.
guys.
Take care.
Yep, you too. Thank you for watching Mereak Firmaxe presents Muthzaks and Friends Adventures in Moria. Don't forget to hit like and subscribe below. Episode 27, Restoring Moria Part 1.